the round. And I already had that without even knowing it. I could do John Wayne or his horse. For
So what is that thing you're carving now?
This is called the tool.
Yeah.
It's called a veiner.
Okay.
Nobody uses it because you can't use it by hand. But I don't do anything by hand.
Yeah.
I do mallet and gouge all the time.
Wow.
These gouges now, they could be used by hand really if you, but this, no, you get nowhere with this. You have to use the little mallet. So
And that is a pig from Sligo.
this is going to be a pig now in a minute.
Yeah.
On Turk Dove, the black pig of Ben Bulbin.
Amazing, isn't it?
Yeah, it's amazing.
Chairman,
So
you see, I was just telling this man, a lot of our stories are universal with a local flavour. This one here now is Tom McLaughlin, that the old lady turned into a hare because he annoyed her. But in actual fact, that's the same story as Actaeon, the Greek hero, who was turned into a stag because he gazed lustfully on Diana as she was bathing in a pool, and his own hounds hunted him down and killed him. So, and the black pig now is there's several Greek and Anglo-Saxon stories where the hero is killed by the pig, because of course the boar is a very formidable animal, you know. They're nearly impossible to stop. And Adonis offended Hephaestus. He ran off with his woman. That'll annoy a person. And so he sent a bronze boar after him, and it gutted and castrated and killed him and ripped him up. And this happens in the Irish story too. Diarmid runs off with Finn McCool's woman, and Finn never forgives him even though he pretends to. And eventually he lures him to the hunt of the magic boar and Ben Bulbin. This boar is invulnerable to weapons, you know.
Yeah.
Can be hunted by the great hounds of the Fianna, but it's immune to weapons, you know. And Diarmid, in effect, is killed by the pig.
wow. And that's the pig, yeah.
Disemboweled.
The
I
pig.
know, I know. You see, he ran off with Finn's. Our stuff is always funny. You know, you won't get a laugh out of Beowulf or the Iliad or the Greek stories, but our stuff is always funny. He ran off with Grania, and she was the brains of the outfit. And Finn pretended to forgive him. And years later then, he invited him to the magic hunt of the magic boar. It was a great honour to be invited to lead the hunt, you see. And Grania said, "This isn't an honour, this is a trick. The boar will kill you." You see? And,
It's a trick, yeah.
and Diarmid said, "I know that," he said, "but I can't refuse. It would show fear. Can't show fear, you know, warriors can't show fear." Well, she said, "Do this for me. Bring your battle weapons. Bring your great sword, and and your moraltok, your spear of battle." No, he said, "I can't do that. This is a hunt. That would show fear." She was losing patience with him, but she didn't marry him for his brains. Well, listen, she
That's
said,
funny.
"Do this for me. Go to Finn.
Look at that. Beautiful
There's
pig.
Ben Bulbin in the back. What's your
Yeah.
name?"
Kelly.
Kelly. Just Kelly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Troublemaker, that's what that means. The old Kellys.
Don't get trouble now.
Lovers of strife and trouble. All our Irish names mean something. Take my card there. My family name now is Quirke. There's no Q or K in Irish.
Quirke.
Wait till I get you a good one. I get you a good one. Get you a good one. Here's a better one. My wife, I make up my own titles for myself. Word weaver, witness to the power of myth and imagination. And the wife knows too good a time here, so she
yeah.
makes up her own little joke. You see, we don't have a mobile, only a landline and a clothesline. And there's a great line out of Yeats's poem, down the mountain walls from her Pan's Cavern is intolerable music falls.
Oh,
Uh,
thank you.
Now my family name Quirke, there's no Q or K in Irish.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
that would have been Cuirce,
Yeah.
Quirke. And it was mistranslated in the Middle Ages as oats. It sounds like
It's oats,
the
yeah, the
cereal
potato
top
oats.
oats, you see.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there was Titus Oates, he was a great traitor in America. He betrayed Washington or something like that. But anyway, we've denied it. But it actually doesn't mean that at all. O's grandson in Irish, O'Neill, grandson of Neil,
Okay.
MacDonald, son of Donald Mackin.
Yeah.
But ours is Ua Quirke,
Okay.
and it just means from someplace, from Cork.
Oh.
And Quirke Moor na Moon is the full title of Cork City. Quirke Moor, Big Swamp of Munster. So we're the people from the Big Swamp.
Amazing, amazing story.
No high kings or saints or anything in our
So
background.
originally your family is from Cork, or?
Well, my dad came up here in the 20s. He built this place in 2028.
All right.
So, actually, my mother was Donegal for man. So, in effect, we're blow-ins. You have to be born and bred in the same place for hundreds of years before.
Yeah.
But you see, the point about Sligo is a very strange little place.
Yeah, yeah,
And people who are born and bred here for years, they're like goldfish, they don't notice the bowl. It's a very strange place. First of all, it was a garrison town, held strongly by the English. And it's also almost invulnerable, as it was a very strategic spot. And if you look carefully at the topography, as us wise guys call it, and you're here. Shortest river in Ireland, and all roads lead through it. You see, and this river is very easily defended. And there's only a kilometre long. So you have to come in along this channel,
Yeah.
only about 100 yards across, and in. Now, in the old days, there were 4 giant cannon there,
So they'd already been
and throw a
spotted.
56-pound ball a mile out to sea. There's absolutely no chance of getting in if you're.
Yeah.
And there was cannon here, and 2 in Strand Hill, and probably several here too.
Oh, wow.
So there was cannons to the right of them, and cannons to the left of them, and not
Yeah,
a
that's
parish
it.
priest in sight. And then the actual, and if you did get in, the Vikings never came in, because they knew they'd never get out again.
Yeah,
You see,
exactly.
you come in and you do your raiding, how are you going to get out again?
Yeah.
The lads will be waiting for you here,
Yep.
here, and you're well within range of rocks and stones and slings
Yeah.
and that's the shortest river in Ireland. This is
shortest river in Ireland.
yeah, the Garavogue.
Oh, the Garbo.
Garavogue, and that's the name of the old lady.
Oh, it's here. The Garbo here.
That's it. It's only a kilometre long. Now, if you had the time and the inclination, and you felt like going for a walk, you see, you wander along past the library, the hospital, the college.
Yeah.
It's about a quarter of a mile, half a mile, and just we're at sea level, of course,
Yeah.
and you're going uphill all the time. So round about here, before you get to the round about here, there's a couple of gateways. You look back between these
Oh,
two
wow.
hills,
Oh.
and you see the breasts and the womb, the body of this old woman,
Oh.
who is the Ireland is a woman.
Oh.
This of course is heresy. And,
So Ireland
and
is a
the-
woman.
Oh yeah, Ireland is a woman. She has many names. Era Fola Bonba. The 3 women. There aren't 3 women. Only silly heroes think there's 3 women. There's only one woman, but the hero meets her in different guises.
Okay.
Girl, woman,
Yes.
old woman. Colleen Ban Collier. She's the same woman.
Ah,
She has
just
different
different
names. Here in Sligo, Finnever is the Lady of the Lake.
Okay.
Guinevere. Maeve, the mother, the wife, the queen of the well, and the old lady, the Garavogue.
So that is, Sligo is a woman. Like,
Oh yeah, well, all of Ireland is a woman. Era, Fola Bonba,
yeah.
Aphrodite, Hera, Hecate in Greek, But
Yeah.
all over the world, the woman's name is the
It's
land
that.
itself, you know.
Yeah.
And the proof of the pudding is that when you're there looking back, you see the shape of the woman,
Yeah.
breasts and the womb. They actually went to the trouble
Oh,
of building
yeah.
the cairns,
I see that.
in case your imagination isn't up to it. And this is an entrance to the She, it's
Okay.
fairyland.
Ah.
It's a horrible name,
Amazing.
fairyland. The She is the other world. It's the world of the ancestors and so on. So, and there's a lake here
Yeah.
near the summit, and it's an entrance to the She.
Oh.
Bottomless lake. Any decent lake is bottomless, of course. It's a bottomless lake, and it's called Loch Goye, the lake of two geese. And the mountain is Sligo, the mountain of two birds. My nephew Sam is as daft as a brush. I haven't driven daft, but silly stories. He's in his 40s now, but he did that when he was about 12 or 13.
Oh, wow.
It's a local legend. And his twin brother did that.
He
one.
drew that.
Oh yes, Sam,
Really?
Sam does the carves now, and his twin brother did that one there, Cuchulainn and Ferdia, and he does ceramics. But
Wow.
Sam also brings people around. You know, he
Yeah.
sometimes drives a bus and he brings gullible tourists around. You see, so he persuaded a group of young men to climb up to this place. Now it's not easy of access. You couldn't bring
Yeah.
an older person up. You know, I was up there when I was a young fella. It's a big puddle. It has no inlet or outlet. It's a huge big 2-acre puddle
Yeah.
in the mountain, and he persuaded them to swim in it. You see. I was often tempted to swim in it, but I was afraid something had grabbed me by the dangly bit, so I never did. So they all, it was just a year ago now, it was a lovely day, just like that. And they all plunged in, you see, and swam, and the weather changed while they were in there. The whole the light can change here in seconds, and it reflected the heather, which was in bloom, and they felt as if, looked as if they were swimming in blood.
Oh.
And so they got out of there like bats out of hell and down the mountain, and they never looked back. Good enough for them. It's an ancient story, you see. Mad Sweeney, he was mad. That's why they called him Mad Sweeney. He was a king, and he fell in love with the old woman,
Okay.
Caragol, and the two of them chased each other in a mad courtship dance. Two wolves, two hares, two this and that, and as two geese, they dived down into her navel.
Oh.
And of course, this is the entry into the other world. You're seeking something. Odin dived into the well of Mimir for wisdom. He lost an eye. Poor old Sweeney lost everything. The last vestiges of his sanity, bits of his anatomy that we won't go into. There's a lady present, and one of his eyes, and his social security number and respectability. He
Wow.
lost everything. Sweeney was a real character. He lived in Sligo in about 635. Seamus Heaney translated his poetry in Sweeney Estray. This is for a local writer lady. She's a young woman. She wanted her muse to be a mature woman with the magic hazel wand and the two ravens, foresight and hindsight, the hair from Mishnah, courage, INRI, Jesus of Nazareth, King of Judea.
Yeah, yeah.
And Caiaphas said, you must change that. He
Yeah.
claimed to be
Yeah, yeah,
Messiah.
yeah.
You must change that.
Yeah, yeah.
And Pontius Pilate gave him an old-fashioned Roman governor look.
Yeah, yeah.
I have a soft spot for Pontius Pilate, and he said, "Quod scripsi, scripsi."
What's that name?
What I've written, I've written.
Oh, yeah, yeah. I know. It's a Bible passage.
Suck it up.
Yeah,
please.
yeah, 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 yeah. What is written is written.
What I've
Yeah,
written, I
yeah,
have written.
yeah, yeah.
So, Kelly now is from the old Irish surname O'Kelly. Lovers of strife. they were
It's really
we
amazing.
you see, you can tell a lot from names, you know, all place names
Yeah.
and people's names. There's a lot of Galogly in Ireland, professional soldiers, and the Kellys would be the most famous of the Galogly families was Sweeney. Sweeney was the lord of Rathlin Island, and he was known as Sweeney Natua, Sweeney of the axes. He had 500 axes
Oh,
for sale, with men attached. And you could hire them out. They would be the strike force of an Irish army. And you'd have your own men then armed. But
Yeah.
these Galogly meant young strangers. They'd be hired in. Um, now, of course, they were mercenaries, but they wouldn't be just paid for mercenaries. They would be related to the family that they were fighting for by loyalty and maybe even blood, you know. So that the local lord here, O'Rourke, he would have McSweeney's and Maguire's as his Galogly. Now, they'd have to be paid, you know. But and Galogly means young strangers because a lot of them would be from the islands, half Viking, half Irish, half Scot.
Wow.
Not much good at maths, tough guys. There would be young men from the islands, because the islands, of course, wouldn't be wealthy. There'd be nothing
Yeah.
but skinny sheep and salty fish, and they'd go like the tradition in the older times. From the Vikings would go abroad and go a Viking. So these young men would leave and maybe make enough money if they didn't get killed to go back and buy land or whatever, or set up a business or whatever you do on an island where there ain't much in the way of
Kelly.
resources. No, not Norway,
Knocknarea.
Hill of Readiness, Jan Gulvin, the Beaky Mountain, and on Turkdove.
Oh,
And there you go.
Amazing, beautiful.
Now,
that's amazing.
just in case you take me anywhere seriously, I'll give you a map of how to get to see the three hills. Everybody knows Ben Bulben
Yeah.
and Knocknarea. They're our iconic mountains.
Iconic, yeah.
Whatever the hell that means. But this other bunch, three mountains, even Sligo people aren't aware of them, because they could be living on the slopes of these mountains and they're not even aware of them. You have to see it. Now, there's the sea out there. It's bigger than that. And there's Ben Bulben up there, and it's bigger than that too. You can't miss Ben. Now there's Garavogue, the shortest river in Ireland. It's not much bigger than that. And a big long lake, about 10 or 12. It's a decent lake. Now you're here.
Okay.
The old name of the river in Irish is Garavogue. Harsh, sinister one.
Okay.
It's the name of the old woman. Maeve is the mother of the well. These are the old spellings now, you see. And the old spellings tell you more than Maeve is the same root as our Meshka drunken. She who makes men mad,
Oh.
or she who intoxicates. And Finnifer means a fair or bright girl.
Okay.
She's the lady of the lake. And she's the same as Guinevere.
Yeah.
Now you go up the mall, as we call it,
Yeah.
past the library,
Yeah.
past the hospital, quarter of a mile, another quarter of a mile, the IT, you can't miss it. It's a big sprawling university campus there.
Okay.
And then there's a roundabout,
We're gonna stop
and you can't
before
walk
the
any
roundabout.
further. When you stop this side of the roundabout, there's two gateways there. These
Yeah.
are all on your left-hand side now, and you're climbing gently. You stop and you get out your Girl Guide's compass that you never travel without. Now you're turning round and looking back. So you put Ben Bulben, Pole Star North behind you like that,
Yeah.
and look across the town onto the effective horizon, and you'll become aware of those three hills. Now there are two cairns built here. You won't see them in the summer because the bushes have grown up around them. See them quite plainly in the winter. And there's a naval lake there, and sometimes you can see it if the sun is just right, a shadow in the mountain. So these are Cairns Hills. People live on them without knowing what they are. And Loch Goyer, the Lake of Two Geese. Now the heroes of Sligo. Heroes are killed in a specific way. Heroes don't just croak, step out in front of a bus, you know. The hero is groin stabbed This is the
So that is the hero
Very
of
painful.
Sligo.
well, lots of heroes.
Of
It's the,
Sligo.
it's the death of the hero.
Yeah.
He could be groin stabbed by one of his best friend or his arch enemy, or in battle, or ripped up by a pig. Groin stab is painful and embarrassing and disgusting
Disgusting,
and
yeah.
inconvenient and fatal. But it has one great advantage that only Irishmen have been able to take advantage of, as far as I know. It gives you plenty of time for famous last words. Very hard to shut up in Irish. There's your
The heroes of Sligo.
the heroes of Sligo, and when they're, and it's quite often in rivers and lakes. Ferdia fought with Cuchulainn for 4 days in the lake, in the river, and it was just a sea of mud, and they couldn't overcome each other. They were so close in talent and strength, and they were boyhood friends, and so they fought and fought, and after 4 days, Cuchulainn took the gaebulga, the belly blade. He could hold it in his foot, and as they fought, he drove it up through the mud. Couldn't see it coming, no defence against it. You
No.
can't wear armour there, or you wouldn't be able to walk. You see? Groin stabbing. And this happened to several old heroes. Now, there you go now.
Yeah, thank
they,
you.
They
The heroes of
have plenty
Sligo.
of time for famous last words, so the hero pulls himself together, literally. I'm to be buried upright, fully armed,
Yeah,
secretly, so as I won't be disturbed,
yeah.
facing my enemies in the womb of the hills. And there he's buried there, within that complex now.
All right, he is buried there.
He's buried, lots of them are buried, you see, there's the 2 hills, and there's the mountain, so you have a couple of square miles,
Yeah.
and they're buried, and when we say secretly, we mean secretly.
No one knows.
I'm buried here secretly under this great obelisk. No, they're buried secretly. Yeah. So now, and sometimes one of our great heroes was Fergus MacRee. He was Maeve's most notorious lover. She had a husband, but that didn't bother Maeve. Fergus was very, very formidable. He was so formidable that even Cuchulainn stepped aside for him. Cuchulainn is the superhero of the Irish stories, but even he would step aside for Fergus. Fergus had a long sword and a short fuse. So, but he had his weaknesses, women, and he wasn't very bright. So he was skinny dipping with Queen Maeve in the lake. Both of them showing up his basic weakness, you see. And her husband came upon them. And here he had Fergus at his mercy. He couldn't face down Fergus one-on-one. Nobody could. He wasn't a coward.
Okay.
Nobody could face down Fergus. And but here he was. But he had no weapon. He was fishing with Italian. So he groped around. Fergus had his mind on other things, so he groped around, and Fergus, I told you he wasn't very bright. He left his sword on the bank.
Oh.
A great sword, Caliban, Excalibur. And Alia laid hands on. Now most men couldn't even lift this. It was a huge iron sword, but Alia was a tough guy, so up with the sword. In the most embarrassing possible way. Poor old Fergus was actually very honourable. He always kept his word. If he said he was going to kill you, he'd kill you. He always kept his word, and he expected other people to keep their word. So he struggled to the edge of the lake. I'm to be buried upright,
Okay.
fully armed, secretly, so as I won't be disturbed, facing my enemies in the womb of the hills. So they buried him, but they didn't. They kept the sword. They betrayed him in the end. They kept his sword, the Caliban, and they carried it in battle for years. And poor old Fergus lay uncomfortably and uneasily in the ship. 700 years it took him to get the sword back.
Wow.
How did he
But
get
it's hard to keep a good man down. He finally got the sword back. And somebody took photographs here and just happened to catch Fergus.
Oh.
Yeah. this man came back a few years ago and took photographs and then stuck them all together at the end of the year. Columkill, the Maiden, the Yeats, Fergus. King Guire in 700 AD told his high Philip, his chief poet, I want the story of the Tón Bó the story of the two bulls, told at the next Enoch in a year's time. Oh, I'll do that, King, you see. And of course, when he was sober after the feast,
Yeah.
he realised nobody knew the story. It had been forgotten. It was
Yeah.
only known in bits and pieces.
Yeah.
They had to get their hands on Fergus.
Oh.
700 years dead. Fergus knew the whole thing. He led Mare's men against the men of Ulster.
Yeah.
He knew everything. Like Priam in the Iliad, he named the Greek heroes. It's a literary convention, you know. And Fergus knew them all, you know. So how are you going to get him to come back from the
Yeah.
sea? They had his sword. And Shankin's youngest son waited with the sword at his, they had to find the tomb first.
Yeah.
And they found the secret tomb, you see, by the lake shore. And he waited with the sword at Samhain, Halloween, when the veil between the worlds is thin. And Fergus couldn't resist the sword. He came back from the Shee and he laid hands on the sword. And the young man wouldn't let it go. And so he questioned Fergus, who led Mare's men? I did. Who stood against you? Who fought Cuchulainn, blah blah blah. And on for the whole night. And his father was in the bushes hiding. And poets remember everything. And what they don't remember, they can make up anyway. So he remembered everything and made up bits. So the next morning, as the sun rose, Fergus returned to the Shee. He couldn't stay in the real world any longer, but he brought the sword with him this time.
Yeah.
But the young fellow wouldn't let it go, so he brought him with him too. So next time you hear the story of the Tón, have a bit of respect. It cost. It cost us the Caled bullet.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
never lost a battle while the Caled bullet was carried as a talisman into battle. Sligo is very, very important strategically. Very important place, not just because I'm here.
That's right. Yeah.
You have to cross here. It's a good. Now, Owen Bell was the Taoiseach. Taoiseach means war leader, not a king.
Yeah.
You don't risk your king in battle. You need him if the harvest goes bad. You need to sacrifice him to the gods. So you don't want losing him in a battle. So Owen Bell was a Taoiseach, and he guarded the kilometre with his men, and the king of Ulster was coming north with his prey of slain, Murchadach MacArcan. We know he's in the king lists, 525, and Owen, this is still called Ardone, High Place of Owen. I lived there for years with my parents, and he ambushed the king's army and destroyed it, and he killed the king's two sons in single combat. He should have been a bit more careful, you know, because Owen Bell means John the Blade. Bell is the blade of any bladed weapon, like the blade of an axe or a spear. So John the Blade. And of course the river is perfect for fighting, and it's never more than 2 feet deep. So he killed the two of them there in single combat or triple combat or whatever. I don't know whether he took on the two of them together, but he killed them anyway. And he wouldn't have appeared in history at all if he hadn't defeated the king,
Yeah.
who was named in the king lists, because he would have just been a tough guy and he wouldn't have been heard of again. But Owen, in effect, guarded the place for years, and some wise guy, fella or priest or something, man of violence, you'll die by violence. Worst ways to go. And he did die by violence. He was groin stabbed eventually in the river, and he's buried there too.
Wow.
The hills are stiff with stiffs.
That is a very good stories of heroes.
And there's great yarn. I must do you a little caramel now just for fun.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much.
You're most welcome.
Would you like any money?
No, they're just.
Oh.
Here's
Kelly, don't throw it.
oh, it's just tough as nails.
Yeah.
Here's a little piece now. It's much similar to that end grain. You tell me your favorite animal. Just
My
for fun.
favorite animal is a tiger.
A tiger.
Yeah.
Tiger burning bright in the forest of the night.
Yeah.
My father.
Will
Oh, you
go
keep
through
that,
this
and you
now?
have my card.
Yes,
Yeah.
I put this in my
My dad, no, he wasn't well educated, but he could quote quite freely from the old poets and everything. And
Yeah.
my mother too.
Yeah.
Neither of them were well educated, but both of them loved to quote the bit of poetry. When he'd be feeling a bit low, he'd say, "Now is the winter of our discontent."
The winter of
The
discontent.
winter of our discontent. And my mother, she'd be in the office
Yeah, yeah.
watching over me. I was both a butcher and I
Yeah.
did the carving
Yeah,
at
yeah.
home. And if she wanted me to move my ass, she would never be crude like that. Michael,
Yeah.
if 'twere done when 'tis done, 'twere well 'twere done quickly. Lady Macbeth. She loved Lady Macbeth, you know. And Lady Macbeth and her husband were standing over Duncan while he was sleeping in the bed. Macbeth had the Skian father, the long knife, and he hesitated, you see, and she said, "Infirm of purpose, give me the dagger." I wonder if I mean that I love that life. Yes.
Thank
So
you so
Sligo,
much.
you're most welcome. Sligo is a funny wee place now. 2 pieces of advice.
Yeah.
Never take advice.
Say that again. It's really good.
And the second piece of advice, ask lots of questions
Okay.
and don't believe a word you're told.
Okay.
And that includes me.
Say that again, sir. It's really good. So the two advice.
2 pieces of advice.
Yeah.
The first is never take advice.
And the second one?
The second one, well, never believe what you're told. You see, all nations have an image of themselves.
Yeah.
I had a French family in, and I said French people see themselves as intellectual and romantic,
Yeah.
and the man of the family is and absurd. and Germans are hardworking and frugal, you know, and so and everybody, and Sardinians and Sicilians are good haters, you know.
Yeah.
Now we don't believe in hate.
Yeah.
It's too wasteful of energy.
Yeah.
We're resentful and begrudging.
That's good.
It lasts a lot longer and it's more energy efficient.
More energy efficient. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
You're
Thank
most
you very
welcome.
much. It's a pleasure to meet you.
You're most welcome.
Yeah.
Anytime we'll meet again.
Yeah. Keep that, Kelly.
Yeah, I will.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Tiger,
Have a good day.
tiger, burning bright. You know that one?
I don't know.
And
But yeah, I will draw you because I had a photo of you, and then
yeah.
I will draw you and I will drop here
oh yeah,
just to remember me.
that's grand.
Yeah.
And William Blake, he was a bit of a daft poet. He wrote Tiger, Tiger, and Tiger, Tiger, burning bright in
Oh.
the forests of the night. Bit scary.
Tiger,
See, I
tiger.
have to take this easy now because it's not as thick as the other piece.
Yeah.
And if I hit it too hard, it'll split.
Yeah.
But if I'm careful now, it'll come out quite right.
Yeah, sir. Yeah, just, you know, this is live, so all over the world will watch your stories. Yeah, and I hope they will come here in Sligo and to visit your place. You
Oh,
know.
sure, I'm famous,
Yeah.
but humble.
That's right. That's the key. Jesus said, "Be humble,
Oh yes.
and I will raise you up." Isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just paraphrasing what Jesus said. Because if you're arrogant, then he will pull you down.
Yeah.
Amazing.
So now,
So that's my tiger now
Tiger.
from Mr. Quirke. Is that Mr. Quirke or Quirke?
No, we don't pronounce the E in English.
Quirk.
Quirk, yeah.
Yeah,
Now
Quirk.
in Irish it would be Ua Kirka.
Quirka.
Because in the Irish you pronounce that E on the end.
Yeah.
Like there's lots of Irish names would have an E on the end, like Etna, Deirdre,
Uh-huh.
Deburka, you know.
Yeah,
But in the English it's dropped, you know, and yet
that's right. I love that.
yeah. And that's sad to see. Language is not as simple as it sounds, because I have a lot to do with tourists coming in here,
Mhm.
and there'd be French and
Yeah, yeah.
from all sorts of places. And when they come, a lot of people will look in when they've just come and they're stumbling over their English. But when they're here for a fortnight, they're much more fluent. So you
Right.
have to practice a language
Yes.
to get it fluent.
That's
you know.
right. That's right.
And of course, we don't talk Irish anymore. You know,
Yeah.
only
That's sad thing because in the future maybe that language will vanish. You know,
well, this is the problem. you
this
see.
is the problem now.
There are languages vanishing all the time. You know.
Yeah.
What people would call minor languages. You know, of
Mm,
people who live in the
Yeah.
forest, or so-called primitive people.
yeah.
You know, and I believe there's languages vanishing every week. You know.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. And do you remember? Do you remember the Bible story? How language
Oh, yeah.
produce? You know.
Tower of Babel.
That, that's really amazing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they don't want they want that they want to overturn what God's plan is. You know. You know.
And then
And they're thinking about, well, if we can reach the heaven, then they can be like God or something.
the Tower of Babel.
Yeah,
Now there's Shere Khan, the tiger.
yeah, yeah, yeah. And my name is Roy.
Roy.
Yeah.
Roy.
Yeah. What is the meaning in Irish? If you Roy, is the Irish name? No,
I
no.
don't think so now. Maybe it's short for Rory.
All right. Yeah.
Maybe and I always thought that Rory was Red King, Ruari.
Yeah.
Apparently it's not. So it's very easy to misunderstand a name, you know. So,
Mm.
but anyways, it's well worth thinking about it, you know.
Yeah.
It took a while for me to discover that Quirke was actually from Cork, because even in this book
Yeah, yeah.
of names, it gives it as oaths. you
All
know.
right.
So you can't believe everything you're told.
Yeah. That's the two main thing. Yeah.
Roy, I presume it's maybe from the French king, you know.
Yeah.
Rex, Roy, don't know.
They said it's red.
Rua now is red in Irish.
Yeah, yeah,
So whether it would be turned into Roy,
yeah.
the little fox
Mhm.
is mothering Rua, little red dog, you know.
Yeah.
And Rua now doesn't mean blood red.
Mm-hmm.
That's Jarrod, purple blood red.
Yeah.
Rua is the colour of a nice, russet, like a robin's breast or a fox, or,
Yeah.
or our Irish hair is very
Mhm,
red
mhm.
too, you know.
Yeah.
And that would be Rua. Could be.
Yeah.
No, I put in.
Yeah. Today is 2024.
There's Knocknarea again.
Wow, not snoring. Yeah. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful.
And there's Roy, and there's your little dream canoe, you see.
Wow.
There's your little dream canoe that you can sail off in the dream time.
Yeah. Thank you for that.
Now, there you go. That'll remind you of
Yeah.
Sligo.
Can you write 2024, sir, so that I can,
Oh, yes.
I will still remember
Oh, yeah,
what year it is,
Yeah, yeah. 2024.
Yeah.
Yeah, I signed most of my stuff now. I had a girl in yesterday with a caravan
Yeah.
that her dad bought her in 2019.
Yeah.
And there it was written on the bottom, but I couldn't remember. started carving in 1968. And
1968. That
Yeah.
was very long time.
yeah, well, actually, it's very, very, what do I call it? Frugal.
Yeah.
I'd had that since 1968,
Oh.
and this one, and this one.
Ooh,
Uh,
look
for
at
years,
that.
for years, that's all I used. Those two. But
Imagine
of course,
that.
over the years, then people, I got another one, and another one, and another one. But you could do everything with those two still,
Yeah, yeah. Wow, that's amazing.
And you see, nobody.
And it's my privilege and my pleasure, to talk with you because this is, this will stay in internet, right? So my question is, what is your greatest achievement in life?
Oh, I am becoming more human as the years go by.
Wow.
So there's no one great achievement. I'm just becoming more human, if you like. When
Yeah.
I was a boy, I was a nitwit.
Wow, that's really good.
You see, I have an awful lot of people like yourself coming in, and everybody influences me.
Yeah, yeah.
There's Knock Maray, and there's 2024. And
Yeah,
there's Roy
thank you,
with his
sir.
little
Yeah,
dream canoe.
yeah.
And there's Tiger, Birdie.
God bless you, sir.
In the
God
forest
bless
of
you.
the night. Did I?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'll put a couple.
Yeah.
I'll put a couple of names on this,
Yeah,
like I did
yeah.
for those other folks.
Yeah.
Um,
So that's the heroes of Sligo.
yeah. There's Loch Goye, Lake of Two Geese,
Yeah,
Garvo, the river,
Garbo, yeah.
Maeve. She's
Maeve,
well known.
yeah.
Of course, she's is the one. And then Finnegan.
Yeah.
Guinevere, Maeve, and Garvo.
So this is
This is looking back now, Loch Goye, Lake of Two Geese,
yeah,
and Slieve. Slieve is mountain.
Sligo
Slieve,
Mountain.
Goye,
Yeah,
Lake, mountain of two birds.
yeah,
Now, there's several names on all these places.
yeah, yeah,
Yeats refers to this as Toots and a Bear,
yeah.
and it's in one of his poems. The hosts are riding from Knocknarea and
Mm.
over the grave of Toots and a Bear.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
There you go.
Thank you so much, sir.
There you
And
go.
yeah. So if you're coming here in Sligo, yeah, can you invite everyone to come here in your place, sir?
oh yeah, great one.
Yeah, yeah.
Your country needs you like a hole in the head. And this is another of my pencils. To be or not to be.
Yeah, yeah.
There
That's
you
really
go.
good, amazing.
Can't resist it.
Yeah, yeah.
Can't resist the
Yeah.
wisecrack.
So
Thank
by
you
the
very
way, before I end up this live, this is Mr. Quirke. Can you please?
I'm Michael Quirke.
Oh, Michael
wood carver.
Quirke, yeah,
Michael
Mr.
Quirke, the wood carver.
Yeah, yeah,
And
the
there's
wood
one of
carver.
my best carvings, which
Yeah.
won't be here in a couple of days.
Yeah,
Because this lady will be calling for it.
yeah,
And there she is, the old woman.
yeah,
We're very respectful of old women.
yeah,
No.
yeah.
I'll put it back in the window. So there you go.
There you go. So, sir, God bless you.
You're most
I pray that God will bless you more and more.
Shake the bones.
Yeah,
of the
yeah,
saint.
yeah, yeah. And I will pray that God, Jesus is always with you. And
There's
yeah,
your-
thank you
there's
so
your
much for
tiger.
that.
Tiger.
Yeah, and one last thing, what
Yes,
is
yes.
your advice
Oh,
to
yes.
younger people?
Oh yes, never take advice.
Never take advantage. That's very good.
Take advice.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh yeah. Well, what I really mean is, think for yourself.
Mhm.
You don't just swallow everything people tell you.
yeah, yeah.
Think for yourself. Of course, you'll make mistakes.
Mhm.
I'm wrong half the time,
Yeah,
but that means I'm right half the time.
that's right. That's right.
So here we go. There's that hair now that I was
Yeah.
talking about. The Irish hair.
Yeah, yeah. Hello, Kushal. So we have a visitors here from India, and this is Mr. Michael Quirke. And if you come here in Sligo, this is his place, a beautiful heaven of art. what do you call this? Sculpting. Yes.
Everybody's welcome.
Yeah. So you are welcome here, and he give me this kind of thing. I will remember him because he is a famous, the legend. Yeah. So I pray for him that God will give His blessings and bless this place, and also I pray that he will live more because the story he tell us is really a legend, and it's very inspiring. So thank you so much, and hope to see you again, sir. God bless you.
And the same to you.
Yeah.
You're most welcome anytime.
Okay. Thank you. Yeah.
We say Slán.
Yeah. And one thing more. If I buy one of this, how much it cost?
Which that
Because I want to one of that.
they're too big.
No, because I want to do yeah, I will come back anyway, but how much will I pay for you?
Well, I mean, I have pieces here that I probably won't use, So you could take.
No, later, sir. Maybe
Yeah.
tomorrow.
Yeah,
I will come back
yeah,
anytime soon.
Yeah.
Because I want to. I'm learning also to curve.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, I have a picture there.
They'd
But
be too big, you wouldn't be able to carry them. But there's,
Yeah.
there's cut pieces
Yeah.
there that might do you.
yeah.
All right.
So thank you so
Alright,
much.
things like that.
Yeah, thank you so much.
You're most
and-
welcome.
Yeah.
I've always bits and
Yeah.
pieces, but I'm not going to use because if I don't use them fairly soon, I lose interest in them and cut another piece. So here we are, the old lady.
So just take my thing. I will put a donation here.
Oh, thank you very much.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you very
Okay.
much.
Thank you for that, and hope to see you again, sir.
Oh yes,
God bless you.
we'll meet again.
Yeah.
Hopefully,
Yeah.
with the help of God.
Yeah, with-
the
yeah.
Kunu J, as we say.
Yeah.
With God's will.
Yeah.
You know.
Before I go, I'm blessed to be here because you know Jesus Christ,
Oh yeah.
and I am a Christian as well. So, there's one thing that God give us, not a 10 commandments. It's only two. Do you remember what is the two main thing that God give us? The commandments.
Do unto others as others do unto you. How did he put it?
Love God with all your heart.
Yeah. And your neighbor as
Yeah,
yourself.
that's why, sir. God bless you.
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
really good. I enjoy the story. I enjoy your hospitality, and
Don't believe everything
you're very
I tell
kind. But I believe in
yeah,
you.
yeah.
Yeah,
So there we go.
yeah,
Coming along.
yeah,
You have to believe in yourself, you see,
yeah,
because these take time.
yeah. And also the main thing, sir, is that Jesus is the way, the truth, and the life.
That's it.
So if we believe in Him, it will not cost you even a euro. Just believe, and you'll be saved.
Money is overrated.
Yeah.
Money. You need money, but it's overrated.
Yeah. And the when I read the Bible, it says, if you put God first, everything will follow.
That's right.
So the main thing is, if He is the creator of heaven and earth, and He is your friend, He is your father, He is your creator, He is your savior. The thing is, if God is for you, who will be against you?
That's right. That is correct.
Yeah. So I love that.
You have to be careful with people too, because people can take offense.
Yeah.
I,
But I believe in you, sir. That you
This-
believe in God. So
this is a God-like procedure. You're creating.
yeah.
You get as near to God as you can
Yeah.
when you're creating.
That's right. Yeah.
Now, people might misunderstand that.
Yeah. I
but
know.
I'm setting myself up as the next God.
Yeah.
Doesn't
No. Because even Jesus, remember when Jesus says, "You are gods," and these Pharisees take it seriously, and what?
Yeah.
That's why they crucify Him. But the best thing is that we are saved because of His blood. You know that.
You have to be careful. What you say.
Yeah.
But
You know,
people deliberately
yeah.
misunderstand.
But you know, sir, you know, it said, if you deny me, I will deny you in my Father. You know, do you remember that?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, don't deny the Creator that created you. You know, because His thinking is not like you think. You know, He said, my thoughts is higher than your thoughts.
Yeah. You see, we're very arrogant.
Yeah,
Uh,
that's right. That's
and
right.
as I said, I did a little bit of Latin. We call ourselves Homo sapiens sapiens.
Yeah.
Wise man.
Yeah.
Anybody that thinks they're that wise,
Yeah, yeah.
you'll wonder just how wise
Yeah,
they
yeah,
are.
yeah.
No matter how wise you are,
Yeah,
you're not
yeah,
wise
yeah.
enough anyway.
But you know, there's a little bit of a story now. You know the Hubble telescope,
Which,
the Hubble telescope
yes,
that
yeah,
they
yeah.
put it, outside the
space, yeah.
space, and they put three of them, the first one, the second one, and the third one. You know, the thing is, when the scientists put the first one, they said, oh, the universe is created by Big Bang, right?
Yeah.
And then after a decade, they always teach people, this is what's created and everything. And they found out after that second Hubble telescope and said, we are only in just one universe.
Yeah, there's
And
another
now
one.
there's a billions, trillions of universe, and they don't know that, oh no, our theory is, is not really relevant now. It's obsolete, And that's why science sometimes can be deceiving,
Oh, yeah. We don't know everything.
You don't know everything.
That's right.
And you assume that you are very intelligent. Then this scientist now is telling, oh no, Big Bang is not really a true story, But they're teaching that for almost a decade, sir.
Oh, yeah.
You know that? And it's very, you laugh because sometimes they're very serious, Oh, you need to be, if you have a doctor, in degree in science, you need to believe in this. You need to, you need to study this. But after some time this year, they said, oh, we need to rewrite,
Change your
change your
Change
perspective. Yeah.
the whole theory.
And that's what you're saying, that if you are trying to outsmart God, nothing. You're just specks of dust.
Like it does.
I love that story, sir. I love, yeah.
And Einstein and another great scientist were arguing, and Einstein, the theory of
Evolution,
relativity and all that,
yeah.
and the other one then that everything is down to chance, quantum chance.
Yeah.
And Einstein says, God does not play with dice. And the other fellow says, stop telling God what to do.
Oh, I love this conversation, sir. I love it. Yeah, so, yeah, it's nice talking with you, and
That's
I
great.
hope
We
that,
have great fun here.
yeah, I love that.
There's new people every time. I have a new friend coming in now. He tells me I must read Paradise Lost.
Yeah.
Milton's Paradise Lost.
Yeah,
I never read it.
Yeah.
I know bits out of it,
Yeah.
But,
But the best thing that you must read is the Bible.
oh yeah.
It
Oh,
is the truth.
I'm 84.
Yeah.
We lived over the hill,
Yeah.
and one of the books in the house was the Bible.
Yeah.
Now you.
How many times you read the Bible, sir?
Oh, over and over and over
Yeah.
and over and over.
And
Because you see,
every time when I read it twice from cover to cover.
Yeah,
And every time I read it,
there's something new.
something new that
Oh yeah.
the Holy Spirit is teaching us. There's a passage in John 14. He said, I will give you my advocate, that he will teach you, the Holy Spirit, that he will teach you everything that you need to know.
You see, in my youth,
Yeah,
I'm 84 now.
yeah.
We the Catholics in Ireland were not encouraged to read the
To
Bible.
read the Bible, yeah.
But my parents never bothered about that.
Yeah,
They had
yeah.
a Bible in the house.
Yeah.
And I read it from cover to cover
Yeah,
before
that's
I
it.
was
Yeah,
10.
that's it.
You know,
Yeah.
and
And there's amazing things, sir, that when you read the Bible, there's magical. Like God promises every time that if you knew me, you don't need to worry about,
yeah,
I will give you everything what you need,
anxiety.
Yeah.
Modern people suffer from
Yeah,
anxiety.
because they don't know God, they don't know where to look at, But if there's there's a thing like this. If you buy a washing machine, this is a parable. You know, this is the an analogy. If you buy a washing machine and you don't know how to use that washing machine, there is a manual, right?
Yeah, yeah.
You need to read the manual
Yeah.
before you can use the whatever is in there, like the technique and everything. And that is the Bible. It is the manual of
Manual
life.
for life.
Yeah. And if you do it and if you do it correctly, God promised everything. Yeah. And look at the birds. They're very happy in the morning. Yeah. They said, "Oh, look at these people." But they are, they're chatting each other and everything.
Well, we think we're very clever.
Yeah, yeah. But the bird said, we don't go for work. We just go soaring, society, socializing each other, and then God never forget them, isn't it?
I was coming down the road,
Yeah,
and there was a rook, our blackbird,
yeah, yeah.
and he was feeding on crumbs. But he wasn't looking down
Yeah.
where the crumbs usually. He was looking up. Because one of his pals was up in the tree with a big bun.
Yeah.
And every time he pulled a bit off the bun, the crumbs dropped. So the fella on the ground was waiting for them. There's brains now. You see.
Oh, I love that.
That's real brains.
Yeah, yeah. But anyway, sir, talk to you again, and God
Yeah,
bless
we'll
you.
meet
God
again.
bless you.
We meet again.
Yeah, we'll meet again. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah. Yeah, I love Sligo, and I love coming here.
Yeah.
This is my second time,
Oh,
so.
good.
But I promise I will draw because I'm artist as
You're an
well.
artist. Good,
I
good.
will draw a picture of you,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
hopefully you like it
Oh, I will.
when I come back.
There's one done by a French girl now.
This one?
That one, yeah.
Yeah.
She was here for.
Yeah, I will put it in frame, and hopefully you like
well,
it.
you can
Yeah,
if you
yeah.
want it. And
So thank you very much, sir. Another shake hands, and God bless you.
Listen,
Yeah,
you're most
yeah,
welcome.
yeah.
Slán
Thank
a-
you.
slán a bhaile,
Yeah. Bye.
slán a bhaile. See you again.
Yeah. What is goodbye in Irish?
Slán.
Son.
Just slán.
Slán.
S-L-A.
Slán.
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 And that's all you have to say.
Slán.
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 And I
Slán.
say at home, slán a bhaile.
Senolaya. Slán.
See you again.
See you, my friend.
See you again.
God bless you. So this is Mr. Quirke. Yeah. So when you come here in Sligo, you will come across with Mr. Quirke. This is the streets. I love the streets. And yeah, hope you love that conversation with the legend of Sligo. He is still working there. And he gave me this presents. Wow, look at that. Amazing, isn't it? I will keep this. Nice day today, not really bad. Yeah. Good weather, I think. Yes, Kushal, how are you, my friend? I'm here, and he's really good artist. He's a legend. He's 88, I think, years old, and everything is his art, piece of art. Let's see. He's really a very good artist. The horse and everything. Loads of art. Yes, Mr. Quirke. Really good.
All my stuff is from, all of it's from windfall. I'm so green on the camera.
Okay. So that's the story about